Oh no, it is 9:07. Good morning, everyone. I'm a little late. I'm more than late. I'm more than a little late. I'm later than I'm normally late. I am 4 minutes later than I've been late in the past. I don't know my latest, but this is, sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I was gonna do the drawing, and then I had to print out the names, and then I couldn't just print it. I had to cut them, and then they're tiny, and anyway. Please forgive me, I'm a little late. So I'm all rushed and I'm trying to grab everything, and I think I have everything. So, we're gonna do this again. Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum in Winterset, Iowa, doing another Thursday morning Facebook Live where I feature one of these fabulous quilts. And we can take an up close and personal look at it. This is not a quilt we're gonna talk to you about today. We're going to talk about the two quilts in front of me. This is Eric Wolfmeyer, and he's going to be our next exhibit when this leaves us in October. So we'll talk more about him later. Let's get to the drawing. I said we would do the drawing today for the August giveaway. So let me grab the bag. Just as a reminder, what we're drawing for today. This is an Ann Welker original bag. Ann Welker used to work with Fons and Porter. She would do demos. She would, they would do patterns, and she would create them, and then they would photograph them, and they put them in the magazine. Well, she used to do that with the bags. And this was my favorite bag. And so I grabbed this, and it has, because I like it too, because it's got her little name right there. So you know who made it. And in this bag, we put some goodies. We have a layered cake. It's kind of falling over, so sorry. And it's got puppy dogs and gingham and flowers, and it's really cute. We have a coordinating jelly roll to go with it with some florals and similar colors in there from Moda. Both of those are from Moda. A cute little deck of playing cards, a notebook donated by Quilt Folk, and it's a gridded paper so you can draw out your next project. And then we have book darts. These are also by Quilt Folk. They're little tabs that you can put in your book to, like a bookmark. It's called a book dart. So that's all of this. Look at that pretty color in there too. All this is going to go to one lucky winner today. And then once we do that, I'm going to announce September's giveaway. What? I know what the giveaway is before the month actually comes. That's crazy. I'm a little on top of it. Don't everybody freak out. Oh, on that, not about the video. Okay, here we go. So I got everybody's names in here that I just printed off just literally not even a minute ago. And I'm so sorry. I wish I could give everybody something. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to draw one. And I did it. And it is, get out, it's Linda Kaysen. You know what? I cut her name and I was like, oh, that'll be fun if she wins today. And then she won today. Linda Kaysen's local here in Winterset, Iowa. So Linda, if you're watching, or I'll reach out to you, but you won the little goodie bag. And so, okay, so I'm going to put this over here. Linda Kaysen, congratulations. Let's announce next month's. So for September, because I want to get it out there because I want you to sign up for it. It is another drawing, but at this time it's going to be a weekly drawing like we did in April. We did in April. April we gave away 4 quilt kits. We had 4 drawings, 1 a week. And so we're going to do that this time again, but not quilt kits. It is fabric bundles. So I have 4 large fabric bundles. 2 from Moda and 2 from Wyndham. So how it'll go is the first week in the first video in September, I'll draw a name, and that person gets to pick from these 4. And then the next week, I'll have 3 to choose from, 2 to choose from, and 1 to choose from. So I have here, I gotta put my glasses on. This is a bundle from Moda, and this is a BOH Haven. That writing's even so small. I can't even read this. Stephanie Slawinski, I think is her name. Anyway, some really beautiful florals in here. Boho Haven. Oh, well now I feel silly. It says BOH. Oh, there's another O in there. Boho Haven. Boho Haven fabric here. This is one you could win. The other Moda is, this is Brookside. And there's no name of this lady on the front here, so I don't know who that fabric designer is. But this is Brookside. Some more beautiful florals and prints in here. There's some like little polka dotted prints in here. Very, very cute. And then for Wyndham, I have Wyndham here. This is Bloomfield. And so we've got some pretty, little more subdued in the tones. Okay, and then lastly, we have this one, and this is Circa Turkey Red. Kind of a little bit like the red that we had in the July giveaway, but not the same, obviously. But look at that, that's super sweet. So, you can win one of these. To sign up for the drawing, I'm putting these away with hard. Okay, to sign up for the drawing, you're gonna email giftshop@iowaqultmuseum.org. giftshop@iowaqultmuseum.org. Email her, Sharita, and she will get you on the list. And I will do the first drawing on the first, is that in 2 weeks? Where are we? Maybe it's next week. No, 2 weeks. I don't remember. But the first week in September. So we're going to get that out there to as many people as we can so you can win one of those packages. We can get people in there. Thank you again to Linda, and congratulations to Linda. Thank you for everybody that signed up. That's what I was going to say. If you signed up for last month's, for August, and you just want to be entered into the next one, just send Sarita a quick email and say, sign me up again. And we will transfer your information over to that spreadsheet. Okay, today we're going to talk about 2 quilt artists, and both of them well-known, decorated as an award-winning authors, artists in their own right. One's a little lighthearted and one's a little heavy. So, but before I get to that, we asked all these people that submitted a quilt to be in this exhibit. I keep thinking in my head, maybe I should tell you about our exhibit. Our exhibit is our 10-year anniversary. We reached out to previous exhibitors and collectors that have submitted a quilt over the last 10 years to see if they'd submit one to celebrate our anniversary. So this is retrospective, Iowa Quilt Museum's 10-year anniversary. And so we have new quilts, we have traditional quilts, we have antique quilts, we have art quilts, contemporary quilts. Some submitted quilts that were here before. Some submitted something completely new. So, so it's been really fun for us. And so when they sent those quilts, we asked if they'd be willing to submit an item or two or something for us to do an online auction. Well, we're going to talk about Caryl, Bryer, Fallert-Gentry, and we're going to talk about Hollis, Chatelain. Hollis, Chatelain. And Hollis did send something. She sent a little hand-dyed fabric bundle. She dyed these fabrics. There's a little purple one in there, and there's a yellow and blue one in here, and then this one on the outside. So there's 3 of them in here. And she did the ribbon, and she's got her little business card here. And then she also sent this really fun coloring book, Stories of West Africa, a color book journal by Hollis, Chatelain. And so I don't know if these are, I think this is a take a coloring book journey to West Africa, 20 tear out coloring pages to inspire your artistic exploration, share with friends, and integrate into educational projects. Each drawing is printed on highly quality paper, suitable for pencils, markers, and watercolors. So anyway, here's one. Here's the textile artist right there. It's really pretty. So you can bid on this bundle go to our website, iowaqultmuseum.org. And on the front page there, I'm trying to keep that from falling. On the front page, you'll see a link. It'll talk about our online auction, and you can go over there and see what else we have. And I think there's 24, maybe 25 items up for auction, but they're listed alphabetically by artists. So you click through and see if you find your favorite artists. There's lots of books. There's fabric. There's thread. There is autograph books. So yeah, take a look. Let's get to the quilts already. I mean, I was late. So sorry. Okay, so I kind of already told you we're going to talk about Caryl, Bryer, Fallert-Gentry, and we're going to talk about, I'm looking for their pages. I apologize. I thought I had it open to them. Why don't I have it open to them? Nope. Oh, well, there's Hollis, right? Yeah, there's Hollis. And there's Caryl. I'm trying to decide. I think we'll do Hollis's first. We'll start a little heavy and then we'll end a little light. So Hollis does have a website and you can read more about her there. It's Hollis Art, HOLLIS art.com. She's internationally recognized, an award-winning artist specializing in textile painting. Through her work that addresses challenging social and environmental themes, Hollis reflects 12 years of experience living in West Africa and working with humanitarian organizations. Her quilts, she had a quilt during Portraits and Pets. It was one of my favorites. I think it was out of denim too. It was a woman splashing water on her face. Oh my gosh. The details, that quilt, well, I loved that quilt. But she sent us a new one. I'm gonna flip you around so you can see what the exhibit looks like here. Here they are, little juxtaposition. We have Hollis's here on the right, and we have Carol's over here on the left. I'm gonna roll you over to Ripple Effect, and we're gonna start there. So let's come over here. So this is Ripple Effect, Hollis, Chatelain, Hillsborough, North Carolina. Completed in 2025. Dimensions are 82 by 62. Cotton fabric, polyester, wool batting, polyester thread, construction techniques, printed fabric, dye painted, and machine quilted. I created Ripple Effect to illustrate the reality of what is happening in our country. I put the names of the 493 schools where shootings took place from 1998 to just March of 2004. When I finished designing the quilt in the background, okay, she had little dashes in there. So she's saying that she designed the backing of the quilt, that back panel there, from that time frame. There have been many more shootings since then. These shootings have an emotional ripple effect in our schools and communities. Active shooter drills are causing trauma among students and teachers. How much longer must we allow this continue? When will our children be precious, more precious than guns? That is her write-up for this quilt. I think that regardless of where you stand on the issue of gun control, wanting to protect our children and keep them safe is number one priority. So she designed that background. So let's take a closer look, and we'll also take a look at the two children over here that she quote stitched. Okay. So we're gonna come in here to the center, and you're gonna see Columbine High School. And then all the schools that are listed after that. And I was trying to decide, now that I have my glasses on, I didn't know if she designed the backing and then had it printed, because some of this, I don't think it's pieced. Oh, maybe it is. But she follows these well, the ripples would be the circulars coming out, but this shattering, she follows each piece here as it comes out over the ripples and over the school names. I just don't know what to say, everybody. I think we'll just take a look at it. Let's take a look at the children over here. Somebody was saying that, you know, I mean, this is all stitched. It's beautiful portraits with such a intensity. I even like the gripping of her fingers down here into his side, you know, just holding on, both of them, just gripping each other. With that intensity. So this is Hollis, Chatelain from Hillsborough, North Carolina. This is a quilt, for those that are just coming to the video. Let me look real quick. I don't see her. Oh, it's in the center. I do have a post here, so it's not going to, there it is. But such a powerful piece. I'm going to put you back on the stand. I, you know, really debated about doing this with another quilt, about, you know, because it is such a heavy topic, so, and so moving. And so, yeah, just so, yeah, right? You know, I feel like people have this, especially people not in the quilting world, not knowing that it is a true art form and how that art can be used to, you know, make a point, make you and move you, you know, draw attention to something that, you know, others might want to ignore or not give the attention to. It's a lot of names. I don't know that she, yeah, 493 schools are listed on there. And that is just from 1998 to 2004. Can you imagine? 22 years between that and today, and how many more schools would be on there. Anyway, schools are supposed to be a safe haven for kids, right? To learn, to play, to have fun, not to be cowering in a corner. Okay, let's move over. But I did decide to do it because they are positioned next to each other. I did decide to do these two together. This is Checks and Balances by Caryl, Bryer, Fallert-Gentry. She's from out of Port Townsend, Washington. Oh, she does have a website. It's called Bryer Patch, B-R-Y-E-R, patch.com. I know she started quilting in 1976. And in 1986, she received the Masterpiece Quilt Award from the National Quilting Association. And don't quote me, but I was told, and I'm guessing that's the award that she won for machine quilting, and it was quite the uproar because hand quilting was, you know, the way you quilted back then. And I mean, and still quilted today. But her quilting is phenomenal, and we'll take a closer look at that in just a minute. So let's see, materials used: cotton fabric, cellulose, batting, acrylic, and polyester thread. Construction techniques: computer design, drawing, machine piecing, free motion machine quilting on stationary head machine. I'll read her story for this quilt, and then I'll talk about that stationary head machine. Checks and balances is a term most of us first heard in high school civics classes. Perhaps the best way to achieve balance is to look within or possibly create balance in our art. In 2006, having just begun classes in yoga and Pilates myself, I was astonished by the strength, flexibility, and balance my teacher Sarah had achieved through a lifetime of gymnastics, dance, and yoga. After 4 years of regular practice, I found additional strength, flexibility, and balance myself. I have been enamored by my entire life with dance, although I didn't learn how to dance until after my 60th birthday. I always imagined dancing would feel like flying, a recurring theme in my quilts. Through weekly ballroom lessons, I personally discovered the joy of dancing. In this piece, the dancers are abstract and their colors change as the lines forming the green and purple checks in the background flow through their bodies. So that stationary head machine, Caryl, her exhibit was here when I started. It's Pixels. It was a 3-piece, wasn't it? Pixels. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of that exhibit, but it was back in March of 2024. And so I got the tail end. She was my introductory to the art and artist of quilting. And I did that first video, the first video I did with Carissa, and we're looking at quilts together, and it was a review of everything in her exhibit because it was at the end of her the last week of her quilts being there. And the whole video, I'm like, that's crazy. I just kept making that comment about her quilting. She had a butterfly. I'll never get over it. She had a butterfly that she quilted, and the way she quilted it was furry. It was the furry body of a butterfly. It fascinated me. And she had a photograph of her stationary quilting machine. What is it? She said stationary hand machine. Head machine. And so it sat on a table, and then she had a rig across the ceiling that had clamps, and she would clamp her quilt to it so she could see as she was quilting. So it's all self-guided quilting. But I'm going to take you off the stand, and we're going to take a closer look and see if we could see what's pieced and what is digital. Right, so you've got, this has got to be pieced in here. But let's take a look at her quilting. Good gravy. There is not an inch of this that is not quilted. And then to have that, you can almost understand this, right? That fold right there. I love how all of them have these swirls in their head, brains and thoughts and speech bubbles almost. She said she completed it in 2010. There's her signature. I love the shadows that she creates in here too. So even though it's an abstract, right, and they're figures, they're casting a shadow as well. I believe she painted. She was an artist that painted before she started quilting. So I feel like having that sense of painting and knowing directional light and shadows, and I think it's important. I love the just the way that the fabric changes. Look at this. That's got to be pieced right there. And that's her leg. So it's 2 different pieces. I'm thoroughly confused. I've never really figured this out. This little green piece looks pieced as well. Huh. But I don't know that the shadow is pieced. I feel, I'm so confused because the shadow comes here too. Somebody who knows quilting better than I could probably explain it. Well, not probably, could explain it better than I can. I think it's interesting, it's a quilt. She's, obviously. She created this image, she created this quilt, she's expressing how she feels about dance and movement and yoga and dancing is an expression and an art form in itself. It's really pretty. I'm thankful for this moment to just really kind of take a look a little deeper look at this because I really haven't just yet. It's crazy. The quilting on this is just amazing. She's almost glowing, isn't she? I love this separation here from her shadow too. It's so perfect. Okay, so again, this is Checks and Balances by Caryl, Bryer, Fallert-Gentry. All right, let's get you up there. Okay, so I'm sorry. I know there was just no way to do ripple effect without kind of bringing it down. So I wanted to kind of end on just a little lighter of a quilt. You know, dance is such a great way to express how you're feeling as well, right? And working through movement as well as meditating. So when you, I don't know, I'm trying to make a connection between the two. I don't know that I'm doing a good job, but I'm going to back up again so you can see them both. I love the way we did our walls for this exhibit as well, to kind of give this space for you to back up and really take in these larger quilts from a distance and not just up close to look at all the details and the work that goes into them. Okay, I'm going to flip you around. Hi. Again, if you'd like to learn more about Hollis and her quilts, you can go to her website, Hollis Art, HOLLIS art.com. And if you'd like to see more of Carol's work, you go to Bryer Patch, BRYER patch.com. I will post those in the after I get off this video. I'll post those websites for you so you can just click on them and you can see more of their fabulous work. Don't forget to sign up for September's drawing, to email giftshop@iowaquiltmuseum.org, and you get a chance to win one of these 4 fabric bundles. And also be sure to go to our website, iowaquiltmuseum.org, and right there on the front page we'll have a link to go to our online auction and check out those. And congratulations to Linda Kaysen, a winner set, Madisonian. She's a Madisonian, and I'm excited to be able to get her that goodie bag for August giveaway. All right, everybody. I think I'm missing something. I am. You know what? There's something going on in Lincoln, Nebraska, right? AQS is going on. They're doing a quilt study over there in Lincoln. And I've had so many visitors come through. And I just want to thank everyone that's road tripping over there or that are there and had a day to come on over here and visit us. And road trippers stopping in and including us in their trip. I have met so many fabulous people. Thank you to everybody that has stopped. And I also got to meet some, I met Pam Weeks out of the New England Quilt Museum. She's fabulous, and she came by, and I got to see her for a couple of days. And Roderick Kirchhoff, if that name sounds familiar, he was one of the first quilts I featured. He's a quilt collector, and it had the square dancing fabric on there. He stopped by, and I got to meet him and his friends, and that was wonderful. I loved it. And so just thank you, everybody. If you are traveling on 35 or 80 on a road trip, we are just a little stone's throw away. We are just 15 minutes, off the interstate. Come see us. We have the Quilt Museum, Madison County Covered Bridges, and John Wayne. Anyway, thanks to all that have visited. Have a wonderful weekend. I am going to be on time next week. Mark my words. I'm going to be on time next week. I will not leave you hanging. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you next week.